Hi, ladies and gents, and welcome to our Geography at A-Level presentation. Hopefully we'll give you a really good insight of what is involved with the course. We've got some amazing student voice to give you a clear picture of what's involved, and we'll let you know about some future opportunities that Geography will hopefully open the door for you with. As you can see, Geography is classed as the must-have A-Level. We really feel that it encourages a way of seeing and thinking that makes geographers immensely employable. Now, what is amazing is that without any prompting, our sixth formers have actually said very similar things, and you'll see that with their student voice. So studying A-Level geography at Crystalton High School, we see it as a really engaging and contemporary issue-based approach. It's still a relatively new course, and it has really shifted to much more up-to-date and contemporary issues. It really supports a progression to an undergraduate level of geography and builds on what you have learnt at Key Stage 4. The content builds on that understanding, but there isn't unnecessary repetition. So you will be learning new things, and those students who are new to the subject can also access the learning and feel really supported and engaged with this new subject. So the various areas that we learn, we break the topics down into physical and human, and you will have two different teachers or three different teachers even in certain circumstances for physical and human. On the human side of things, we look at how dynamic places are shaped, how globalization has changed our world, evolved it into a very interconnected world, and how places have been regenerated and diversified as a result. We also look at world superpowers, global development and interconnections, and understanding how we have a very multicultural world, and how migration has shaped our current climate both economically and socially. On the physical side of things, we look at our dynamic landscapes, reviewing hazards and risks and tectonic activity. We look at the processes and change on our coastal landscapes, and also review physical systems and sustainability, looking at things like water scarcity and future energy challenges. But I'll allow Mrs. Sweet, who is one of our physical geography teachers, to explain that in a little bit more detail.
Okay, so on the physical side, we will cover 4 topics. 2 of those will be in Year 12, and they will be coasts and tectonics. As part of those units of work, we will understand how the physical processes of our Earth impact the populations around the world. We learn a range of models, such as the pressure and release model and the Parkes model, that allow the management of tectonic disasters to be evaluated. As part of the coast unit, we learn how geology and lithology have shaped our coastlines and consider solutions to coastal erosion and rising sea levels. In the second year, we will look at water security and energy security, and we study the conflicts that exist over water, such as along the River Nile and the Colorado River. We consider the future of energy provision and water provision in the future and the key players involved in managing these essential resources.
On the human side of things, in our Year 12, we start with globalization, and this gives a underpinning for our Year 12 topics, but also our Year 13 topics. We look at the relationship of world superpowers. We look at their interconnection, how high-income countries of our world can respond to the global power shift, and how things like refugees and migration have impacted the need to regenerate places. We will look at how globalization has caused there to be cycles of decline in some of our more developed countries, such as the UK, and how local areas can be regenerated, including looking locally at places like Liverpool, and how the development of, say, Liverpool 1 has regenerated that city centre, and getting a really good understanding of how a local area can place itself in a globalized world. In Year 13, we look at 2 areas of learning: superpowers and migration, identity and sovereignty. We look at the evaluation of sort of the role of those world superpowers in influencing the changing world politics. We've certainly got a huge amount to look at. We are in still a interesting state of flux with changing political powers in America, the rise of China, We look at the debate of whether colonialism is shaping our nation states, where the spheres of influence are, if China is going to be the next world superpower. And it really is a really interesting and up-to-date level of study with regards to our human topics. How you are assessed, it is purely exam-based. You will sit 3 papers in the summer exams, and as you can see on here, they are weighted with 30% on our paper 1 and paper 2, and our paper 3, which is a synoptic paper combining both your understanding of your core topics of paper 1 and paper 2, allows you to look at future actions, future uncertainties with the help of a resource booklet to support. An additional element, though, which is a really, really positive element, which our students really enjoy, is our independent investigation. And this is worth 20% of your overall qualification. With this, you are able to drive forward your level of interest in the subject, creating your own investigation, researching, presenting your findings, and drawing on your skills as a geographer to come to some firm conclusions about the area that you have chosen to investigate. And that can be either human or physical, and all of our students have really enjoyed this additional challenge, but also liked the fact that they are able to secure 20% of their overall qualification without actually having to sit an exam. We've had some fantastic results. Our A-level results for 2019 were really positive, with 35% of our students achieving an A-star to an A and 80% receiving that A-star to a C, which we're really proud of, and is a reflection of not only how enjoyable the course is, but how hard our students have worked. You can see here that we have got some really positive responses from our students about geography. A number of our Year 13 students particularly have said that it fits really well with their other subjects, has supported them for things like understanding of economics, a better understanding of our world, and without any bribery have also said that it's really easy to learn because the teachers are so nice. But I will hand you over to Alex, who is one of our amazing geographers, who's currently in the process of applying to Oxford to study geography, and he will give you a better understanding of the course.
Hi, my name is Alex, and I am currently in my 2nd year of Geography A-level. I think you should definitely study geography because it is such a fascinating subject that explores so many relevant issues in our world at the moment, from climate change and coastal flooding and physical to the issues around regeneration and territorial disputes in human. I'd say for me, the best part of Geography A-level was the independent investigation. Sort of come up with your own topic, pick your own location where you investigate, research something that's really interesting in detail, and you can even present data on maps. The teachers in the geography department are absolutely brilliant. They are really friendly and always on hand to answer any questions you have. They also help me contribute to class discussions in geography, and they also help me settle in at the start of A-level. And I've also found my geography teachers very helpful when writing my personal statement. Podcasts that you can find on Spotify, magazines such as The Economist and The Geographical, which is actually free. Also the news, to keep you up to date on the latest global issues.
So hopefully that gives you a really good overview of what's involved in the course. But obviously this is now a springboard for future opportunities, and whilst you might not quite know what you want to do in the future, I thought we would give you some idea of where geography can take you. We have a wide range of opportunities that geography opens the door for. Environmental and sustainability jobs are a massively growing industry. In the future, these will be certainly the key industry, I think, to be involved in. And the knowledge that you will obtain in geography will really give you a thorough understanding of some of the challenges of making our world sustainable and meeting the needs of our environment. But also we use a huge amount of geographical skills, particularly within the human side of things, looking at social research, understanding how different people can interact, how we can have social exclusion, social inclusion, and looking at marginalized groups and communities and trying to find solutions for that. The opportunities that geography give you with regards to the growing area of GIS are huge. The opportunities to understand what is happening in our world using software such as Google Earth and Mapwork, but also understanding how military GIS can work, being a surveyor, real broad range of technical opportunities within geography. But the physical side of things opens up a huge amount of doors, and the fact that geography will give you a huge understanding of meteorology, of hazards, opportunities to even become a weather forecaster are really out there, and geography really does open up a huge amount of doors. The business world is where myself came from. Before I was a teacher, I was a independent financial advisor, and I worked for also Barclays and Santander, and I felt that the understanding that my geographical degree gave me really meant that I had a great understanding of the financial world and the interconnections between developing nations and investment, and also gave me a huge amount of business skills to be able to work in this type of environment. So it really does open opportunities to work in really our growing sectors in the UK. And we also have the human side of things, looking at development and global issues, opportunities to work with refugees, asylum seekers within the United Nations, looking at terrorism prevention. But the varied range of career paths really is huge within geography, and it really does give you the opportunities to follow different paths but with the same core subject. So I'll just leave you with some really pivotal quotes. Choosing geography at school can open the doors to a university degree. An A-level in geography is recognised as academically robust, and most importantly, it also helps young people in our world. You can also see that most of the world's problems actually boil down to geography, and the need for geographers to have this understanding to help our futures is absolutely key. Over 3/4 of GCSE students go on to study A-level, and making it the second highest progression rate from GCSE to A-level. And we also have a huge number at the moment of our A-level students going on to study geography and related subjects at degree as well, which is fantastic. If you do have any questions, feel free to contact the geography department, speak to your geography teacher, but hopefully this has answered some of your questions and given you a really good idea of what geography at sixth form is all about.